Breaking. Vietnam has just hit YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook with a new rule. If an ad blocks your screen, you can close it in 5 seconds. Now, before the comments go crazy, Vietnam didn't block ads. This is all about the ads that interrupt you, pop-ups, overlays, and video ads that trap your screen. You know what I'm talking about. And the key date is February 15th, 2026, when the new decree goes live. So let me break this down, what this law actually says and what it means, which formats it targets, and the platforms that will have to change. Let's dive into it. Imagine you're watching YouTube here in Vietnam and an ad pops up, but 5 seconds later, you're free to skip it. Sounds like the old YouTube, right? Sounds like a dream. Well, that's about to become reality here in Vietnam. One law that changes is online advertising, so no more unskippable 30-second ads. I'll explain what the law says, how it's going to be enforced, and why it matters. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what Vietnam's new 5-second ad rule is, what kinds of ads it covers, and what tricks are banned. Also, how platforms like Facebook or TikTok and YouTube are affected. Vietnam's new online advertising law. Alright, so here's some context about the new law. The law is Vietnam's advertising law that just got a significant upgrade for the digital age. On June 16, 2025, the National Assembly passed Law Number 75/2025 QH15, which amends the old 2012 advertising law. This amended law takes effect January 1st, 2026. To flesh out the details, the government issued Decree 342/2025 ND/CP on December 26, 2025, and this is where the most famous 5-second rule comes in. Decree 342 will kick in February 15, 2026, and it lays down new rules that every online platform, advertiser, and ad tech firm must follow here in Vietnam. The 5-second rule. No more long, unskippable ads. Alright, so let's start with the headline change. Online video game ads must be skippable within 5 seconds. According to the new decree, any video game or moving image ad on a digital platform can't force you to watch more than 5 seconds before you get the option to skip it or close it. In other words, those 15 or 30-second unskippable ads we all love to hate, banned for Vietnam. 5 seconds is the max. After that, the skip ad button must appear or the ad must close. This rule doesn't just apply to video ads. Static image ads as well, think banner ads or splash ads, are covered too. Under the new law, you must be able to dismiss a static ad immediately. Platforms can't make you wait even a second or a few seconds to close a banner. So if a pop-up image ad covers your screen, you should have an instant X or close button available. No countdown timers at all. In short, Vietnam is saying online ads can exist, but they shouldn't hold users hostage. 5 seconds of an ad is tolerable. Beyond that, it better be skippable. This is a big win for user experience. Imagine browsing interrupted free after the initial 5-second mark. Nice, right? Now the law also cracks down on certain types of ads, specifically what is called the non non-fixed position advertisements. That's a mouthful, but it basically means ads that aren't stuck in a set spot on a web page or app. Think of the floating ads or pop-up windows that suddenly appear on the top of the content you're reading, sometimes taking over the whole screen. They move around or just show up unpredicted times, obstructing the content. Yeah, those annoying pop-up ads are in the crosshairs. Under Decree 342, those non-fixed position ads get special rules. Critically, the close button must be obvious and real. The law explicitly bans fake or deceptive close icons. You know those little sneaky ads where they try to click the little X button, but it either is camouflaged or actually just part of the image, or it opens the ad link instead. You know what I mean? Now those will be illegal. Platforms must ensure that all ads can be closed with one click using a clear, visible icon or a button. No more tiny gray on gray X hiding in the corner or close buttons that are actually part of the image. If an ad has a close button, it better work or can be found easily. Also, there's no grace period for closing these pop-ups. For static pop-up ads, the decree says that there shall be no waiting time to turn them off. We're back to that 5-second rule. 5 seconds is the longest you can wait to shut it down. This essentially extends the skip rule to any ad that appears on your screen unexpectedly. So whether it's a video ad before your YouTube clip, a banner across news articles, or a pop-up while you scroll a website here in Vietnam, you'll get to kill it after 5 seconds. And that means to close it, it will be straightforward. There's no misleading game here or a hide and sneak. If this sounds familiar, it's because Vietnam has taken a similar hardline on other online content in recent years. In late 2024, for instance, Vietnam issued regulations forcing platforms like Facebook and Google to remove illegal content within 24 hours as well. The authorities didn't shy away from threatening to block services that didn't comply. According to the news reports, major tech companies have largely complied. A Facebook representative even indicated that they would remove unlawful content immediately once confirmed by authorities. So Vietnam isn't bluffing. They've known that they can flex this muscle, and the companies knew that as well. And now they have.
If you're thinking about moving to Vietnam or staying there for an extended period of time, you need to know about Kevin. He's the go-to guy for relocation here. Why? Because he's been through all the challenges you'll likely face, whether it's about visa, housing, banking, work, dating, and he's quite transparent about it, so you know that he's not going to sugarcoat when sharing intel. His channel, The Story of Katie, is packed with free intel, but when I needed a tailored plan, I booked a 30-minute consultation call, and in that one call, I got tons of advices on how to navigate, settle down, find my way in different parts of Vietnam. It didn't feel like a lecture, it felt like chatting with a friend who actually knows what he's talking about. I left with a game plan and confidence to make the move. So if Vietnam is on your horizon, skip the guesswork, book a session with Kevin and start your Vietnam journey the right way.
Which platforms are covered? Hint, all the big ones. Now, these rules apply broadly to the online advertising services here in Vietnam, which includes both domestic and foreign platforms. If a service has online ads visible in Vietnam, it's subject to these laws. The ad specifically expanded the definition of online advertising to cover social media, online applications, and digital platforms with an internet connection. So that means that not just websites, but apps and social networks too. In practical terms, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, game apps, news sites, you name it, all must comply for their Vietnam-based users. International tech giants are squarely in scope. Headlines around the world even phrased it as Vietnam forcing YouTube and others to bow to the 5-second rule. One global report noted that YouTube and other digital platforms platforms will have to let users skip ads after 5 seconds under this new law. So expect platform-specific tweets. YouTube will likely have to ensure the skip button appears by the 5-second mark for Vietnamese users. Facebook's video ads might need the same, and TikTok in their video feed, ads can't apply users for more than 5 seconds either. Also, all those platforms will need to build in a reporting and opt-out tools to abide by the takedown orders. It's a specific compliance ask, but given Vietnam's track record, these companies will likely adapt rather than risk disruptions. Vietnam is a large market. 100 million people live here, and tech firms have previously adjusted content and features to meet local laws. A quick background: Vietnam's internet law enforcement has a precedent of strict compliance. They have a cybersecurity law and various decrees that have made Facebook, Google, that's YouTube's parent, and others remove thousands of pieces of content and even suspend user accounts at the government's request. For example, Decree 147 2024 was effective December 2024, required these platforms to take down illegal content in 24 hours and suspended repeat violators or else face blocking. Asia Times even wrote that Meta's playbook cleaner, less aggravating online ad experience is on the horizon for us. If you're an advertiser or platform, it's time to adjust your systems to a 5-second skip, clear close buttons, user reporting tools, and a 24-hour response team for any government complaints. The law is grounded in protecting users from disruptive and deceptive ads. And here in Vietnam, the government is deadly serious about this law and issue. If you found this part helpful and you're into the latest news and legal changes here in Vietnam, do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button and please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out, get this info out to more people and keep people more updated here in Vietnam. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section and I'll be checking for them.